So changing gears, Stephen, enterprise data protection firm Hycu just introduced a new cloud backup offering featuring an extensible marketplace that could support just about any SaaS in the cloud. The Protege R-Cloud comes out of the gate with an API and developer kit, as well as support for some popular SaaS data sources. What do you think of this comprehensive offering?
Yeah, this is really, really cool. I got a pre-briefing of this from my friends over at Hycu, and we are very, very excited about what they're doing here with our cloud. So just to kind of talk about what's going on, they're not the first company to back up SaaS data sources. In fact, this isn't even Hycu's first attempt to back up SaaS data sources. What they're trying to do here is build an extensible platform, an open extensible platform that basically brings enterprise tech data protection knowledge and allows you, either you or the company themselves or Hycu, to build a plugin that will basically extract data from whatever data source your data lives on. This is incredibly important. And as I said to the team when they first kind of hinted about what they were doing, if you look at most companies now, they don't just have data on, one or two SaaS providers. They have data on dozens and dozens of SaaS providers. And if, the problem with some of these SaaS data protection offerings is that, yeah, they might support Office 365, but do they also support like this other really weird combination of SaaS? Oh, well, we use Jira and Slack, and, we also have some data on, I don't know, whatever else. Do you support that? And the answer is probably going to be no, or we will, or we're looking into it, or that's on the roadmap. Well, with this whole marketplace approach, what could happen is somebody could say, you know what, I want to add support for that. Whether, again, it's an integrator, it's the SaaS tool themselves, it's Hycu themselves. Basically, they've tried to build something that's extensible and more, cloud appropriate. And that actually really is an exciting prospect, because it means that they might be able to ramp up and address this sort of long tail of SaaS data sources out there. At the same time, of course, Hycu, if you don't know about them, I mean, they're a really, really respected enterprise data protection provider. They really know what they're doing with data protection. So by bringing this stuff and having sort of this extensible marketplace, I think that they really could kind of step ahead in a crowded field of data protection companies. Now, that being said, there's a big if here. And the big if is if they can get integrations into the marketplace that support the majority of the things that customers need. I imagine that anyone who adopts this is going to very quickly find that it supports 80% of their data and not the other 20%. And they're going to be contacting someone and saying, hey, we need support for this one and this one and this other one. And we kind of like this other one over here and this other thing there. And that gives, everybody a lot of work. But over time, basically the rising tide of support will lift all these boats and everybody will get support. Also, I do suspect that every other company in the data protection space is going to look at this and say, hey, and try to do this too. So good on you, Hycu. I love the approach. And actually, I think it's good for all of us, because if we can back up the data across all of our SaaSes, it's good for everyone.